Bevan was talking about the summer earlier. I'm a summer guy. Are we a summer crowd? Woo! I like the beach. Are we beach people? Right on, man. I like the nude beach. Are we nude beach people? Okay, we lost a few. There enough. Seems like some of you guys haven't been, man. We're a city that's lucky enough to have a nude beach. You gotta go. You gotta check it out. If you have not yourself been to the nude beach, and you're wondering about the ratio, it's penis heavy. I'll say that it leans cock at the nude beach. There are some tits, but it's sparse. Right? Even if you count the tits, 2 to 1, still more cock. And some of the men are even contributing to the tit pie. And yet, yeah, I enjoy my time at the nude beach. Or clothing optional, right? They call it a clothing optional beach. You are not required to whip it out. I do, however. I like to get my dick out at the beach. I don't have one of the big show-offy penises at the beach, but you know, I'm contributing to the potluck. Right? Like, I think if the nude beach is a potluck, I brought like chips. I didn't bake anything, but whatever. Chips get eaten. You guys are a fun crowd. Ben was talking about small towns earlier. I'm a small town guy too. I feel like small town people are easy to identify. Like if you want to figure out if someone is from a small town, there's little questions you can ask us to probe, right? Like if you want to figure out if someone is from a small town, just ask them where they saw pornography for the first time, and if the answer is in the woods, small town. When I was a kid, there was just porn in a treehouse in the woods. Nobody knew why. Nobody really asked why either, right? You don't question a miracle, you just appreciate it. Me and my friends would pray in front of that treehouse. I do think I found the porn when I was a little bit too young. That's one thing about it. You don't get to decide when you find the porn treehouse, right? I was 9. Right? I was 9 years old. I saw a vagina for the first time. It frightened me. I just thought something bad had happened to the woman. I was like, rough go on the slip and slide for that lady. Scared the hell out of me. I ran home, and then my dad was like, what the hell's wrong with you? And I was like, I found some porn in the woods, and it scared me. And then my mom came in, and she was like, what's he going on about? My dad was like, he says an animal attacked him in the woods. I'm going to go check it out. Got some kind of feral dog, it sounds like. Stay here. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here doing this for work. This is my job. This is the silly little job that I do. Thanks. I like this one. I hate every other job that I've ever done. I worked at Tim Hortons for a long time. Have you done that?
Woo!
How long did you serve for, my dear?
I never served.
You just wooed out of pure support. It seems like no one else is going to do it, and the little man needs it. Well, that's nice. Good for you. I'm happy to do it.
I work at the corporate.
You work for a corporate Tim Hortons?
Yeah,
Okay, well now you're just flexing for no reason. She's like, I'm one of the people that made your life hard. I made the decisions that made your workplace shitty. I put pizza on the menu. Anyway, that's a hard job, working at a Tim Hortons. People underestimate that. They think it's easy. Here's what I found working at a Tim's, right, is that it's not a difficult job technically, right? Just like emotionally. So, right, like working in a Tim's, I figured out pretty quick, there's a lot of people that don't need coffee in the morning. They just need to be mean to a boy. That doesn't really perk them up. No one cares about the coffee. Coffee sucks. It's just a bunch of adults with pent-up rage. Tim Hortons are basically just buildings with children inside that you are allowed to abuse. You can always see the angry people coming in line, like I'd be punching in an order, there's always some guy 5 deep in the line, just dead up. Right? This unblinking man hates you. Already. Like, you know the people that you meet, that are like, you don't want to talk to me unless I've had my coffee in the morning. My job was to talk to those people. Their coffee. Just a heads up too, if you're one of those people that says, you don't want to talk to me unless I've had my coffee in the morning, after you've had your coffee, you are also unpleasant. You just feel better. Everyone else is having the same shitty experience around you. I worked at a Tim Hortons here in Toronto. You guys know our city. We're a wonderful multicultural place, right? Toronto, as a city, kind of looks like an assorted box of Timbits. Right? We have a little bit of everything in roughly equal measure, which I think is nice. But obviously, working at a Tim's in the city, for most of my coworkers, English, not their first language. And I got to see a lot of customers. They get frustrated with them about that, right? Which I think is rude. I don't think you should be mean to somebody when they're learning a new language. It's hard. I've never seen so many people get mad at someone for not speaking a language when they themselves only speak one language. Right? Like anytime people got mad, I wanted to be like, oh yeah, you're right, their English is a little choppy. Would you like to give it a shot in Mandarin? Hey, I'll meet you halfway. Why don't we try this conversation in French? Pretty sure the education system spent 10 years trying to make you learn that shit. And the only thing you remember is that the French word for seal is fuck. So just have some patience with people, right? I took 10 years of French. I've got like stylo and fenêtre. If there's a pen by a window, I can talk to you. Like I said, I don't think you should be mean to people when they're learning a new language. I do think that sometimes when people are learning a new language, they make little mistakes, and that's funny. It's okay to laugh when it happens. I'll give you an example. I was in a convenience store recently, and bless this dude. On my way out, he said, "Have a good day right now." And I was like, "You're close. But what you've said is strange. Have a good day right now." It's a lot of pressure to put on me. Just a man standing in a store. I don't know what fun you want me to immediately have. My dealer isn't usually around at 10:30 in the morning. Guess I could wake him up. What do we want to talk about? I'm a poor guy. Anybody here poor? We know corporate's not, but other than that, I feel like some of you must be poor. It's not like you paid for the weekend prices, but okay. You are here for the Thursday ticket. I don't mind being poor, I'll say that. Most of the shit that I like doesn't cost a lot of money, so that works out okay. I shop at Dollarama. You guys been? Yeah, we got some Dollarama energy in the room. I like that. That's a good store, man. I like Dollarama. You can still get yourself a reasonably priced candy bar at Dollarama, right? Go to the convenience store these days, it's like $2.14 for an O. Henry. Fuck you, won't pay. I will go to Dollarama and I'll get an O. Harry or whatever the hell. Whatever strange knockoff they're peddling there. Go grab myself some Randy's cups. You guys are good. What do we want to talk about? You guys have mostly been responding to the dirty stuff throughout the show. Notice, here's something I want to talk about. I hope this is all right. If you don't mind, I'd just like to take a minute and very quickly address some of the propaganda surrounding uncircumcised penises. That's okay. Thank you for wooing. That's the sound it makes when the wind blows through. If you're ever at the nude beach and you hear a woo, that's not someone who's excited. Wind has hit foreskin at just the right angle. Beautiful sound. It's like a soft bassoon. But anyway, yeah, because I'm an uncircumcised dude myself. Anybody else? Woo! Yeah, okay, you, right? That was an odd sound for it, but I'll take it. That sounded like it came from an uncircumcised dude. It came out of foreskin. It was like, hey! Right on. Nice to have a few brothers in the crowd. Statistically, there's more of you here tonight. I can smell you, but that's fine. Sit up there hiding in your little foreskin like it's a sleeping bag. I get why you might not want to tell a room full of strangers that you're an uncircumcised individual. Our penises still do get made fun of a lot, okay? I think it's like the last acceptable form of body shaming. These uncircumcised penises. I was on a date once with a woman who told me she thinks they're weird. She's like, oh, I don't like uncircumcised penises. I think they're weird. I was like, oh, I guess I'm sorry about my, like, factory-made, out-of-the-box, unaltered penis. How unusual of me to have 100% of my own dick. I should join the circus. They should send me from town to town. Behold the freakish man with all of his cock. In case you can't tell, I'm sort of the opinion that we should stop circumcising people. Okay? I don't think it's ever really made sense to do it. I don't think there's any firm logic behind it, right? Cleanliness is always what people argue. They say, hey, you want to make it easier for your kid to clean their penis? So you just cut part of it off. That seems slightly aggressive, right? We don't apply that logic to anything else in our lives. It's hard to clean the inside of your ears, right? Yeah. So we invented Q-tips. We didn't just start cutting our fucking ears off. Because that would be insane to do. It's so funny to me that people will have a kid and then they'll circumcise him and then they'll be like, oh, I hope little Jimmy goes to Harvard one day. And it's like, well, do you? Because as soon as you circumcise him, you're saying, I don't think he'll be smart enough to clean his own filthy little cock. Just teach him how to clean it. Don't cut parts of it off. What's wrong with you? I have an uncircumcised penis. I clean it every day. I'm never, like, late for work. My boss is like, what the fuck? I'm like, sorry, I was just cleaning my dick. Like, you just can't expect me to get here when the circumcised guys get here. That's not fair. I'm not as aerodynamic as they are. It's like walking around with a parachute. This really slows me down. It's not like that at all, right? They're easy to clean. You guys, you've all been to a Tim Hortons in your life. If you can roll up the rib, you can clean it uncircumcised. It's the same little thumb thing. You just want to go down instead of up, right? Down instead of up. Probably don't use your mouth on this one. I've actually thought about getting a tattoo on the inside of my foreskin that says, please play again.